Will you please welcome Shakira? It's Shakira, ladies and gentlemen. With the truthful hips. Come and sit down, Shakira. Well, you look fabulous. Thank you for coming on and making such an effort. Well, welcome back to the UK. I know you've been here a few times. When was the last time you were here?
Performing in 2007.
2007. Yeah. Big gigs, big concerts. That was Wembley, wasn't it?
Wembley, yeah.
How was that? It must have been fun.
That was so wonderful.
Because you have a big fan base here, as you do all over the world. I mean, you're pretty much known everywhere, I guess, these days.
Like you.
Well, yes, indeed. Where do you call home, though? You're from Colombia originally, but where are you based now? Where do you
I live in the Bahamas.
Wow. Oh, man. Yes. I've never met anyone who lives in the Bahamas. Hey, that makes perfect sense. If you could live there, why wouldn't you? What kind of house you got? You got a house or you live on the beach, or what do you do?
Yeah, medium-sized house, you know, I just live a normal life there. I go to the supermarket in my PJs, literally, in my PJs.
All the more reason to go to the Bahamas.
There are days in which I don't even wear shoes.
Of course.
So it's just like... But I wear other things, though.
Coconuts. Do they grow in the Bahamas?
Yes, of course. Coconuts, mangoes.
Can you just pick fruit off the tree? Can you get out in the morning in your pyjamas, go, I won't go shopping today, I'll have a banana?
That's my daily routine.
Wow, I'd love to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Oranges?
Oranges, yeah.
Nuts, do they go
tangerines,
there? Brazil nuts?
All kinds of fruit.
Gangrenes?
Tangerines.
Oh, tangerines. Well, I think, hold it, we've done fruits. OK. What language do you speak? I guess Spanish would be your born language.
Portuguese. English, sort of.
Well, no, you speak English great.
And a little bit of Italian. Actually, when I started writing in English for the first time, I could barely speak the language. So I was literally writing with a dictionary, you know, to be able to find all the resources that I needed. So, yeah, I was literally just pushed into this new world. And without really, you know, having perfect command of the language.
Well, I mean, it worked for you, I guess, because you're you know, hugely successful in the English-speaking world as well as the Spanish-speaking world. But did you find it easy to come to terms with that, or were your lyrics misinterpreted, or...?
Yeah, I think that, you know, I wrote this song, Whenever, Whatever, and I had a moment in the song in which I say, lucky that my breasts are small and humble, so you don't confuse them with mountains. And a lot of people kind of didn't quite understand that. You know? Do you understand that?
Oh, I think I do.
I see you're very pensive.
Let me ask you about She-Wolf, because She-Wolf is this the new track by you, the new kind of piece of music, and it's it's sort of a philosophy as well. Am I right?
Yeah, I think it represents the way I feel today. You know, I feel more like a woman, and
yes,
a little
yes.
more. I'm more in touch with my feminine aspects and also
good.
my animal aspects.
Oh, very good.
You know?
This is all to be encouraged.
You know, I think my music and my videos always reflect my state of mind or whatever I'm going through.
Why are you more in touch with your feminine and animal side now, or this period in your life?
Because I grew up.
So you feel like you're more of a mature person now?
I do actually. I feel freer, you know?
The video is quite extraordinary. Has anyone seen the video for She-Wolf yet? Yeah. It's quite something. It's a very memorable piece of film. You choreographed this yourself?
I'm sorry?
Did you choreograph? Did you do the dance moves yourself in this?
Yes, I did. Yeah, it was like an improvisation, you know, when I was in the cage. Did you see the cage part?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. You know, I just found myself taken by the moment, and I started improvising, and when I least expected it, I was hanging from the bars, and I was splitting and opening my legs in all kinds of ways. I never showed my legs before, so this video kind of gave me the opportunity.
Nice to see him getting out.
You know, they're kind of short, but, you know...
They're great. What's wrong with your legs?
They work.
I can't believe Shakira says, oh, my legs are a bit short.
Wow. No, but I like him. I like to be short.
Good.
Yeah, you know. Good. I like to be... Yeah, because You can get away with a lot of things, you know?
Like what?
People are more forgiving.
I know what.
And I fit in every plane.
Shakira, do you pay child's fare at the cinema? Is that what you're saying? You pay half price? Huh? You go on the bouncy castle when you're not
I
meant
enter
to?
for free.
Huh? She gets in for free. Here's exciting news. Shakira's going to be performing She-Wolf for us live over there. Are you one of those performers comfortable, happy watching yourself back, watching performances, or would you rather not see yourself?
I rather don't see myself.
So you don't know to watch your back? Especially, I guess,
I never
in this
like
case.
anything I do, so...
But not even when the hips don't lie, because that was a good video. That was some good... that was good moving on the hips don't lie, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I don't... It's not how I spend my free time, you know, watching myself. No.
Vern, you like that action? You like seeing Shakira dance there?
Yeah.
Ben, Zonda, do you like that action?
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Oh, my God.
Graham, you're a fan of Shakira's moves, the shaking and the baking?
As my mother would say, she has the use of herself.
From a mother's lips. What a marvellous thing to say. OK.
Why don't we speak a little bit about quantum physics?
Quantum physics. Are you interested in physics and science?
I just started being interesting.
Yeah.
Becoming interesting.
What?
Are we going to do this? Am I going to talk to Shakira about
stuff
physics?
to share.
I tell you, this is a BBC 4 show waiting to happen, isn't it? Let me ask you about how you got started, because your dad was quite instrumental. Your dad kind of, not pushed you, but he certainly encouraged and supported you, didn't he?
Yes, he did, and my mom too. I mean, they were so so in touch with my potential and always encouraging me. I remember, you know, I started writing my songs when I was 8 years old, and my dad used to take my songs and to the notary. Is that how
The
you
notary,
call it?
what, someone who was typing, yeah?
Yeah, to register them and make
Oh,
sure
no,
that
so you register them and copyright
yeah,
for
to make
you?
sure that nobody would steal them.
Were they that good at 8, your songs? You do any of your 8-year-old songs now?
You know, some of those first songs were included in my first album that
Yeah.
I released when I was 13 with Sony Music, which back then was CBS.
So you signed a deal when you were 13. That's quite something. And did you have hits early on? Because they weren't an issue. The first album wasn't a big hit, was it?
No, there was one song that was playing on national radio. It's called Magic, in Spanish, Magia. And, but then the second album didn't do that well. And then the third album was my first international success.
Big hit. And so what did you change between the second and the third? Because I get the feeling you're a fairly
I
determined
got a little
individual.
more involved, you know?
So you knew what was wrong with it and you made it work?
I think I became a producer then. And since then, I've been really, really close to my songs and the arrangements.
You keep an eye on them?
Yeah, of course.
Here's what I find fascinating about Shakira, among many, many things. You were in a TV kind of a soap opera, a romantic drama on television. Was this in Brazil or where was this?
In Colombia, but I was
Colombia.
such a bad actress.
But I love the sound of these shows because whenever I see Spanish TV in America, I love it. It's very passionate. So, oh, Ramon, ¿qué pasa contigo? ¿Qué? Oh, you know, it's the kind of
That's the kind of soap opera I was in.
I love that kind of thing. What character did you play? What were the storylines?
My obscure past.
It was called. What was it called? The show.
El Oasis.
And what does that
mean?
Oasis. The Oasis. I like it already.
Yeah.
And then, I imagine
I was in love with my own brother or something like that.
What the what?
Exactly.
But you knew he was your brother, or you didn't know until it was...
I didn't know. Then I knew. Then it was.
That sounds
it
a
was
bit
tragic.
like. I don't want to cast
bit
but that sounds
Shakespearean, but you know, a la colombiana.
A la Colombiana. And how long did this show run for?
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
Oh, not a big hit then.
No, but you know, in Colombia, soap operas are really short term.
Well, because they must be
they don't
exhausting.
last.
So much passion.
Exactly. I had to cry a lot.
Oh, Christ.
Oh my God, I cried all my tears.
And what do you
in
do
that
when you have to
soap
cry?
opera.
As an actress, did you think of something sad or you just fake it?
It was exhausting.
Yeah.
Exhausting.
Let me ask you something, Shakira. I'm sure you don't have man trouble. I'm sure you never had man trouble. Let's face it, who would be foolish enough to give you any trouble if they were a man? But do you ever use the tears to get your way in a situation when perhaps you shouldn't?
Who doesn't? I'm a woman. I mean, there has to be an advantage to be a woman, right?
So the hips don't lie, but the tear ducts do. Let me ask you, I'm really impressed by Shakira's, benevolence and generosity and her spirit because she's done so much for the folks back home, for Colombia. I mean, really, this charitable work that you do, it's a big part of your life, isn't it? I mean, how many schools have you been involved in setting up over there?
We are gonna open our sixth school.
Our sixth
soon,
school. So you're opening your sixth school in Colombia.
And
these
we have
are
6,000 kids who we provide with education and nutrition in areas that have been devastated by extreme poverty and conflict and internal displacement too. Because Colombia is the second country in the world with the largest number of displaced people, after Sudan. Not a lot of people know that.
I didn't know that at all. I knew that.
Yeah, because
I knew
we
it was
don't have the
difficult,
refugee camps, but there are millions of people who have lost everything they had, and millions of kids who don't have any access to any kind of education. So, from the moment I had my first international success, when I was 18, I decided to establish this foundation called Pies Descalzos, barefoot, translates barefoot. And since then, we've been working on education, which has been a cause that has taught me a lot and is really fascinating, because you really see firsthand how education is such a powerful tool,
What an incredible achievement.
Works.
Isn't that a wonderful, what a remarkable young woman. Remarkable. All right, well, that's a very inspirational tale to tell. The exciting news for us right here in the studio, Shakira will be performing live for us later on. How lovely to have you on the show.
Thank you so much
it's a real thrill to
having
be here.
me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful and very, very smart and caring Shakira. Can't wait to see you sing later on. Thank you very much. Shakira, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We'll see you later.